had to look for the stay on thing.
Live. All right. Greetings. Welcome, everybody, to New Covenant Community Connect Live Show. We are absolutely pleased to have you here with us on today. And we have so many great shows coming up for you. We have things that are going to help our communities. It's the reason this whole interview show was devised so that we bring to you what is helpful to us in our lives, right? And so this is not our church. This is beyond our church. It is an outreach. We like for you to understand we don't just all live in the church. So we have people from all different walks of life, all different ways of serving people and serving God that come to us to help us with so many different things. As you know, we've had shows on growing our own food. We've had shows on mental health and so many other different things that are right where we live so that we can take the truth of what we believe God is giving us and we can all practice it in our everyday lives. So look who we have here with us today. We have Cheryl Miller, who is a minister at our church, New Covenant, and we're going to let her greet everybody and then introduce her to you.
Hello, everyone. As you know, my name is Minister Cheryl Miller, and I am so blessed and grateful that I'm in this space. So, welcome.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, as we say usually, and we're saying again, we see people there in the chat already. When you come to the chat, please make sure you let us know where you're from. You are welcome. If you have any questions as we go along, place them right in the chat, and I will try to get to your question and get an answer for you. All right. So we have today Cheryl Lynne. She is a founder, a speaker, an advocate, and a coach. Cheryl Lynne is a devoted mother of 5 proud yaya, 2 beautiful grandchildren, and engaged to the love of her life, Aaron. Her life's journey is marked by resilience, faith, triumph over adversity, has fueled her calling to pour into not only her own family, but also into the lives of children and families across her community. A passionate child advocate since the late 1990s and a community activist since 2010. Cheryl Lynne has been a bold voice and safe space for those often unheard. She is a certified relationship enhancement specialist, meaning a life coach, who leads with empathy, using trauma-informed methods and real-life experience to uplift, educate, and inspire. In the year 2021, Cheryl Lynne founded Embrace With Wuv, LLC, a purpose-driven brand that combines handmade body butters, oils, and creative crafts with powerful empowerment programming. Her work centers on helping individuals, especially youth, embrace their full selves, inside and out. Whether she is crocheting, sewing, praying, or speaking to a room full of teens, Cheryl infuses everything she does with love, wisdom, and deep spiritual grounding. She is a natural nurturer, lifelong learner. Cheryl believes healing is possible when we are equipped with the right tools, understanding, and support. She works with unwavering integrity to ensure families don't just survive, but thrive. Her mission is simple and bold. You are enough. Push through and embrace your whole self. Wonderful, wonderful. So welcome again, everybody. This is Cheryl Lynne Miller that we have here. We personally have known Cheryl since the year 2005. That's 20 years. And so Cheryl has written a book that you're going to hear about, and so much of the work has come about after we came in contact with Cheryl and her family here in Florence, South Carolina. So welcome, and we're going to start with Cheryl, what brings you to want to serve and reach out and help people? Where do you come from? Where do you start that causes you to want to help people?
Uh, Me, as I was growing up, I realized that I was broken
Mm,
and I was a broken butterfly.
wow.
And everybody that was around me could not fix me, could not understand me, could not give me the tools. So I had to
Mm,
change my mindset, and that was kind of hard to do when you don't have
wow.
the tools.
Mm. All right. And so what location were you born in?
Philadelphia, South Philly, born and raised.
South Philly. Praise God. Amen. And so, how did you come about realizing that you were a broken person? I'm just trying to give people a little bit of background. She's not going to tell you everything tonight. We want you to get the book.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I have a problem with I had a problem with stuttering.
Okay,
Um, so the way I talk, the way I write, so it was the what,
right.
and people was like, I can't do nothing. I'm dumb. I can't. Is I tried. My mom tried speech impediment.
Mm-hmm.
Tried everything that that we supposed to do, that I supposed to do. It just would
Right,
not work. And
right.
then, as you know, I have a squeaky voice, and so I had to learn to love my disability. I had to love myself,
That's right.
and I've realized during my journey that
Mm-hmm.
it's a part of me, but it doesn't define who I am.
Right, right. You know, everybody listening, I hope you're already being inspired. If you or your children or somebody you know, great people who you know are called to do wonderful things in this world. We're all here for a purpose. And Cheryl just told us she had a she has worked on it. I know for a fact she has worked on her speaking. But if you have a speech impediment, if you stutter or different things like that, Cheryl today does workshops. She is speaking to people all the time. Cheryl has been in different states speaking to people to give them the help. And so don't keep letting something that you're having to work with, something that challenges you, make you believe you're less than anybody else. I can vouch for the fact that Cheryl is an intelligent person. And what happens so many times, having people in my family, on my mom's side of the family, who stuttered or either spoke extremely fast, where you couldn't understand sometimes what they were saying, and dealing with other people who have speech patterns, speech stuttering, what they call a slow tongue, hair lip, all these different things. This has nothing to do with your intellect and intelligence. So don't let other people push you back, right, into where you feel you have nothing to give. If there's something you can work on to better it, then better it. If not, you've still got to be a giver. You've still got to be a server. You've still got to be a lover. So don't let these things keep your mouth closed, okay? And then there's plenty other things, Cheryl, that I know we're going to talk about that can keep a person's mouth closed. Being belittled, being put down, being talked about. Look, just being a woman and being black can sometimes tell you you need to shut up, right? Don't do it. Okay, we have here with us one of our other interviewers that is Chantilly, and we are glad to have you here. Greet everybody, Chantilly.
Hello, everyone.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so Cheryl was just getting into her story of telling everybody how she realized she was broken and needed to get help. So, when would you say, Cheryl, you first started to say, I'm going to get help? I'm going to work on what I need to work on, but I'm going to accept myself.
I can say it was a little bit of pieces, little
Hmm.
sprinkles, but
Okay.
broken point,
Hmm.
I will say in 2008, I was going through a divorce. I
Okay.
was going through um, health issues with I had bad migraines that I just passed out. And
My.
everybody that I was trying to get help, they don't know, ask for help, they was like, no, or on their terms. So
Okay.
I lost everything, meaning
Okay.
house, everything. So I had to stop whining and do the work.
Okay.
That was my in 2008.
Mm. You said you had bad migraines at that time. What caused the migraines?
It called later. I found out it was called for my cycle, my mental cycle.
Okay.
When I started my cycle, when I started at a young age, I had headaches really bad the first 2 days,
Mm.
and back then you don't know nothing about it, or anything else. And then it
Right.
stopped when I had my first child. And then when I had my last child and I had my tubes tied,
Hmm.
that's when it came back and it came back even stronger.
My.
So, um, migraines, I found out that it runs in the family. So my mom had it. And then
Mhm.
I had a vision one day
All
in
right.
hospital, and my dad said, tell them about cluster headaches. And I'm like, hmm?
Mm.
And my mom they was like, literally was arguing. Now, mind you, both of them is passed away.
Right.
I had both ones just, I could see them differently and everything else. And they were telling me in the hospital. So when the doctor was telling me, you know, about this, she said, well, who you get this information from? I said, my mom and my dad, they here. And I'm like, that's the wrong thing. But I'm glad that they didn't listen to me. But eventually, someone did listen to me that was older because she kept on saying, you need somebody that is 65 and over. And
Okay.
then I find out that back then, men had cluster headaches.
Mm.
They didn't have
Wow.
migraine. They didn't call it migraines. So
Okay.
since I had both sides of it, and extends in mental, I had all the side effects. That's why I was passing out. That's why I
Wow.
was dizzy. That's why I was nauseous. And
Mm.
the medicine did not work. So I had to
Mm.
try all these other medicine. But yeah.
Wow. Wow. Do you all hear that? Where the origins of these migraines that were cluster headaches came from. And to have headaches to the point where you're passing out. I know so many people who have had this trouble, and headaches people think so light of. But a headache is a signal that something is very wrong. You see what I'm saying? And so, repeated headaches, we cannot make light of them, right? And so, what was the time period? I'm interested in this because migraines and headaches, cluster headaches, all these, it's so common to hear it. And then we hear, go get some over the counter aspirins. Uh, that's just normal. No, they're a signal to something else. Most people that I know that had strokes had the headaches first. You see what I'm saying? And so, Cheryl, what was the total time period of you having these headaches? I know this is going to help other people.
So at first, my migraine started for my mental cycles. So when
Uh-huh.
I started my mental cycle, it started the first and the second day, and I could not go to school or anything. And
Right.
I realized resources says there is different kinds of a migraine. So
Mm.
but mine stemmed from my mental cycle.
Okay.
And then it stopped because I started having children.
Okay.
So now, and then when I started back up, it triggered back harder because I was going through so many changes in my life when it was divorce. I had to move. I lost everything, my house and everything else. So that was a trauma. That was a big trauma and much
Right.
stress. So it
Mhm.
came on a little bit harder than anything. It's onset, it back.
Mhm.
And then I had to take medicines and I was at that time it was 2008.
Mhm.
And it did not it last all the way up to 2012, mid
Wow.
12, 2013.
Wow. Years. Now we saw you during that period, and the medication that was to help, it had you so out of it, so to speak, right?
20,
And so
22 pills. I was on,
22 pills.
I was
Wow.
on 22 pills.
My goodness. And so trying to correct that problem, um, medical professionals have prescribed all of these different things. Now, listen. So, Cheryl, are you free from these migraine headaches right now?
Yes, I am.
Oh, praise
I
God.
am.
Praise
Had
God.
one doctor, his name was Dr. Dentley,
Okay.
and he did a test called a DNA test
Mm,
medicine, and it's just a swab. Yeah, it will cost some money, but
right.
because of that DNA, it tells him what medicine that will help me.
Wow.
So
Wow.
because of my DNA, it tells you what medicine will work, what medicine was not going to work, and everything else. So with that little swab, I know, we came up with something. I went back on Dupro,
Okay.
and that helped me help my migraines at the time. But I
Okay.
had a certain time to fix it because I couldn't be there on it too long,
Right.
and I needed caffeine. So
Okay.
to instead of drinking 2, 3 liters of Pepsis and stuff, I had to moderate my caffeine intake.
Okay. Mm. Wow. So, Cheryl, you're looking at an overcomer, everybody. Do you see
A
what I'm saying?
survivor.
Yes. And in that, going through the severe headaches that Cheryl has just told us about, there was divorce, there was financially suffering the loss of everything. So we found out divorce, suffering financial loss did not help the headaches, and not at all, not at all, not at all, right? And so a part of that you can see being relieved of stress. Today, since you're free from that, what do you use, Cheryl, that helps you stay free from stressful situations?
Prayer.
Ha! Praise God. Amen. Prayer.
Healthy boundaries.
Okay.
Um,
What is a healthy boundary? Can you explain that?
I know who's my triggers are.
Mm. Okay.
um, and I don't let them. I don't if you do drama, if you um, I'm protecting my 6 gates.
Okay.
So my ears, my eyes, my mouth, my soul, and my heart. So if you don't have um, my values and my morals, you
Mm-hmm.
will be on the outside of that. Only
Mm.
certain people. And I call it the 4 C's.
Wow.
Circle, be
Okay.
true,
Mm-hmm.
um, circle, crew, covenant, I forgot the other one that I'll say. It might come back to me. But
Mm-hmm.
your circle is like your, a friend.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing? Your
Mm-hmm.
crew is like, saying somebody can get a little bit closer. My
Okay.
confidence is where's my heart at. So it's only two people that's in there, and that's God and that's
All
it.
right.
But
Amen.
everybody else have a place.
Mm-hmm. Listen, if you don't remember anything else that's helpful, one of the things that I just heard, we go by and live by the Bible, the Word of God. I'm saying we ourselves. But there's things that you have to practice along the way. And one of the whole things is people haven't realized you're supposed to experience your God. You're supposed to experience life, right? And so when I hear things that help us how to do that, Cheryl just said, I have healthy boundaries. And then she said, I know, she didn't say what. People usually say, I know what triggers me. She said, I know which people trigger me. This being your life, it's fair for you to put people in different categories to keep your own sanity, to move forward in your purpose, right? I find that great. Let's move ahead and ask Sister Chantilly. We're going to look, we've come through a little bit of Cheryl's life, but we're going to get all the way up to the work she's doing today. Okay. Chantilly, do you have any questions you want to go ahead and ask?
Yeah, I was looking at what the spiritual meaning of cluster headaches, and it was saying that the cause of it can make you can feel like disconnected spiritually.
Mm,
And I was listening to how she said that her parents who passed away
mm-hmm,
were telling her, what to look for and what to ask for.
mm-hmm.
And you asked her how does she get through it, and she said prayer. So I thought
Wow.
that going back to that spiritual connection is something that helps you
Mm-hmm,
get through the cluster headaches. And how do you feel, like Pastor Bernadette said, moving on to today and how you're helping people today? Taking care of your headaches was an act of self-love because you had to start taking care of yourself by, like you said, setting boundaries and removing people from your life that trigger you. How do you use that specific situation to help other people?
Gotta know yourself. And knowing and walking different, changing your mindset, and you got to do the work. You can't just say, um, here, I need this.
mm,
And what is this?
Right.
So you have to be exact of what you want. And everything is not going to be hand holded. So you got to, it just keep going to me. Remember Jerry curls. I know I'm going to tell my age. But once you get the Jerry curl, you got to use what? The activator. You know what I'm saying? So you got to, so it can pop. It got to shine. You know what I'm saying? You can just start it. You can't just like faith. Faith is a muscle. You have to use it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to
Mhm.
learn how to pray. Be, that's one of the key that I had to learn how to pray because in I was a Catholic, I was a Muslim, I was everything, but I did
Mm-hmm,
not know how to pray correctly. And
right.
once you know how to do that and apply it correctly, blessings gonna come down.
Praise God.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
All right, that's good. That's good. So what you're saying is basically you teach other people that self-love isn't just an experience or a feeling, it's an action.
Right? It starts with you. How can you help
Mhm.
somebody else when you cannot help yourself?
Mm,
You don't know what you want. So it goes with you. If you hate your, for me, if I hated my speech,
mm-hmm,
I
Mhm.
hate, saying the way I looked.
mm-hmm,
I had eczema, really bad. I hate it. But then how can I help you? somebody else saying, you beautiful, you did it, and I can't. I'm not saying the
Right.
same things. So it
Right.
starts with you.
Mm-hmm. The oils, the butters, the different things that you offer to people today, Cheryl, for skin and for hair and all these wonderful things. How did you get into that area?
My eczema.
Okay.
I had a bad, all I have. I used to have eczema so bad. My names was uh, elephant, elephant woman,
Mm-mm.
grandma, tar
Mm-mm.
baby, because the one of the medicine I used to take was just so smell like tar.
Wow.
And I remember this eldest lady gave my mom some tea, and it was like a leaf tea, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how to. So once I'm learning that just because everybody doing something, you do
Mm-hmm.
your own research.
Right.
So once I started doing my own research, I started understanding what what things can do with my skin. And since I was poor, I had to figure out something better than taking, and I did not want to take, it was a pack of steroids. Uh,
Right.
it was 7765432 1, and I had to do that for and I didn't, and it made me bloated when I took,
Yes.
and it was all, I was always was off. So I did not want to take those pills.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and I was clean. I just did not know. And then I stopped because I was cleared up. If it was not for 2020 when I had that COVID, I broke out again through the shot. And I had to think about it for like 6 months. And I'm like, I got it. It came
Mm-hmm.
to,
Wow. Wow.
and
Six
then with
months.
my hair, it was the same thing. I was with the 20 pills that I was taking, it was taking out my hair. It was
Wow.
thinning my hair.
Mm-hmm.
The only time my hair did grow healthy is my locks. So
Okay.
I had to go back to my locks.
Right. All right. We're having a little bit of going in and out, but we're going to go ahead. If you all are experiencing that, we're hearing a little bit of the sound going in and out too. But we're going to keep going. You're already helping people. People are speaking in the chat. I have migraine headaches. Yes, steroids cause so much harm. And one of the things, we like things that help people and cause people to have healing. Do you all hear Cheryl saying the things that she took into her own hands? I'm not just going to look to the medical profession or any other profession to do everything. This has been a theme. She said, I did the work. I worked on me. I experimented with what's going to help me. And she also said the names that people called her because of the eczema. And this is one thing, it is so cruel, it is so unfair to call people names because of something they cannot change, right? So we're not going to repeat those names, but that's cruel. You know why? Not just that it's being said, but your mind is going to record what people said about you. So then we're going to have to work all over again to get what people think about you out of your head, how people see you out of your head. If I take out of my head, Cheryl, Chantilly, both of you, the negative things that people have said and people have called you, people are quick to label somebody. If I take that out of my head, then what do you replace all that negativity with, Cheryl?
So study says one negativity thought that I mean, everybody can say stuff, say
Right.
negativity, but our thoughts run so much. But one
Mm-hmm.
negative thought, you have to replace it with 10 to 15 to to for that one negativity thought.
Wow. Where do you get the positive thoughts from?
The people, that's why I say that close knit people that
Mhm.
that healthy that relationship that that I was talking about,
Mhm.
you know, yourself. You is your own cheerleader. You is the own coach. And
Right.
sometimes you can be your own team. You got to be
Mhm.
like, yes, yes, you could do it. Yes,
Mm,
you
mm,
could.
mm.
You have to do it all. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but you have to learn to do it all because
Mhm.
we can't look at. I can't look for you to do my work to make me happy. I can't
True.
look for nobody to make my happiness or my joy or my peace. I got to find that.
That's right.
You have to do the work. You know, and there's a difference between alone and being lonely.
Yep. Oh my. Oh my, we have people in the chat still saying, I did experience problems as a teenager. I have experienced eczema, these things. This is really appreciated that you're able to open up your life and open up some of your heart and your experiences and show people how you've walked through them and what you're using. Let me say this. We are not prescribing anything up here, right?
Mhm.
We're not prescribing anything, but I can say that my husband, Bishop Dwight, and myself, we have gotten products that Cheryl has made herself with her own two hands. It has helped scalp, it has helped skin, and I believe I saw my hair coming in thick all over again, right? I've always had really thick hair. All my children had thick hair, but through some issue with my kidney, and I believe it's coming in real, even thicker than I want. Let me say that. All right. So wonderful. We're going to show you how to contact Cheryl. It's going to be on everything when this is post edited, how to get a hold to her book that she has written about her life. It comes with a workbook in it. As she said, it's so you can do the work on you. You can look at your life. You can be stronger, happier, like we're supposed to be in our lives. And we're going to tell you how to contact her with all of the things that she makes. And you talk about somebody, arts and crafts. Sometimes Cheryl is crocheting, sewing, making things with her hands. So she has found out how to keep herself busy. And guess what? Through using her gifts, using her talents, using her abilities, she's actually been rewarded financially. Look at that. All right. Chantilly, do you have another question before we move on to the work that Cheryl is doing today?
Um, no, no, I don't. I really have any more. Well, I did. I was just more of a reflection. Like I was just noticing that she, like you said, was taking things into her own hands. Like she noticed, okay, I'm
Yes,
having these migraines. What do I need to do for these migraines? Okay, I have
yes,
this eczema. What do I need to do for this eczema? You know,
yes,
and the fact that she made it through all those stressful situations that can cause eczema flare-ups and migraine flare-ups um and made it to where she is right now. Like that is a testimony. So I was mainly just reflecting. I didn't really know where the elephant came from her business. Now I'm hearing like, oh my gosh, is that show this is like transmutation, like when you take something negative and then you turn into a positive.
yes.
Because the elephant that I saw related to her business, is that what you were doing, Minister Cheryl, with you're taking the negative
Yep.
names you were called and turning
Because
into a
yeah, and
positive?
'cause the skin is so rough, but they are so smart.
Yes,
Yeah.
elephants.
I
Yeah.
take, I say I'm going to use it. How is it? Making lemons out of lemonade.
Right.
There you go.
Right. Yeah. And that's how another way and that's another way of taking your power back. And that's
Oh,
why I'm just seeing a lot of her taking her power back by not letting things just happen to her, but taking things into her own hands and creating change that way.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You know, I want to say one more thing as we move on into the work that Cheryl is doing today. Listen, you heard Cheryl say, I had a vision of my mom and my dad who had both passed on, and they told me what to do about the headaches. That might sound strange if you're not used to hearing that. But even in our own Bibles, it constantly tells us that we're looking for eternal life, that nobody is going to die, only bodies, only flesh dies. Your soul and your spirit keep on. And so I don't want to go too deep into that because I don't know who all is up in here, right? But I'm going to tell you, if only bodies die, it is so normal to be contacted by angels, the Spirit of the Lord, and by ancestors. Oh, yeah, very normal. Okay. So, one of the things that keeps us sick, keeps us depressed, is feeling that we are separated from our God and separated from other people. There is no separation. You're able to access what you need to anytime you need to access it. You're not far away from God. You hear you're far away from God. You're not. It comes with a decision, it comes with desire. You're hearing you're so far away from certain people. You're not. Those you want to be close to, you can. Those you shouldn't be close to, you can choose. Okay. But listen, and so one more thing I want to add before I go on. You said you came through a divorce. Now, in the process of dealing with healing yourself, dealing with loving yourself, is it true? You can say as little or as much on this as you want to. Is it true that before you're healed, you will draw people to you that will hurt you? And it's not all of them. It's because you don't know how to draw to you what will help you and love you. Is that true?
Yes, it is true. You draw what you are attracted to. So
Okay.
if you feel that you don't you need love or that negativity or anything else, then that's what you're going to draw it to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm
So,
saying? Be
yeah.
mindful of what you eat, what you drink. It all that goes into it. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Even look at your friends. If
Hmm.
your friends broke, you gonna be, you know, you
Listen,
know, if you
right.
gospel, you're gonna, eventually you're gonna start taking some of
Yes.
those characters, those values into you. And
Yes.
so just be mindful of that.
Yes. So this is so good. We're used to in our lives thinking about good and bad people. And so I talk to women all the time and they're trying to draw a good man. This is the quote. We talk to males, they're trying to draw a good woman. People are always looking at good and bad, not looking at the source of what you draw is not outside of you, it's inside of you. So if we feel like nothing, we're going to draw people to us, men, women, boys, and girls, friends, romantic relationships. We're going to draw people to us who also help us to feel like nothing. But it did not come from outside of us, it came from inside of us. Okay. So here's the work that you do when you want what you draw to start changing. Start feeling good about yourself. Start loving yourself. Start telling yourself the wonderful things you know about you. You say, nobody ever tells me anything good about me. Change it by telling yourself some good things about you. And I promise you, you're going to start hearing it come out of other people.
Mhm.
Exactly what came out of you. Here's just a small tip. If you're hearing a lot of negativity about you, we've been trained to believe it's coming from outside of us. No,
Start with
that's coming from inside. Yeah,
is
that's
this
right.
little thing right here. It's
See?
it's power or death. And when
See?
nobody wasn't around, I got in the mirror and said, I am. I don't care what you say. Who is you say? Who is the Joneses? Who are them people? Mm-mm.
See?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I had to do it myself.
That's right. So good, so good, so good. You also heard her say, if all your friends are broke, yeah, you just prophesied your future. If everybody around you is broke, everybody around you is down, everybody around you is depressed, Guess what's coming? Okay. All right. Cheryl, let's move you into what is the work that you do now on a daily basis?
So I'm a family peer specialist. I've been doing that for 16 plus years. So a
Mhm.
family peer specialist is life experience with mental health, a caregiver with mental health, or in any kind of system of care. System of care can be a DSS, it could be or some people call it COOR, or Department of Children's Services, um, JJC, foster care, all those systems of care
Mm-hmm.
that's added to
Okay.
um, schooling, because you can get into like truancy or something like that. But
Right.
as, us as color, we don't have, and if you live in a low income area, your voice, they don't really care. And I found out that I might not can in recent past, like I wouldn't fight for myself. But
Mm.
when it came to my kids or my nephews or anything like that, I have more power, more. So that's when it started. I was
Mm.
fighting for my nephew for schooling because he needed a certain kind of testing to done, like an IEP. Didn't know what
Mhm.
an IEP was, but I
Okay.
did. And then it started growing. The passion started growing. And then my kids, saying, my younger child, Leon. So he was depressed, saying, do the divorce. And then I found out that he had some other issues and
Okay.
then so it just started to build. And then people was like, can you help me? Can you help me? And it's just the passion just was the fire was on. So
Okay. Wow. Look how whatever it is that we go through, we're able to comfort other people with the exact same comfort that we've been comforted with. And so everyone in life is not the same. And you heard Cheryl, which is a theme with her, that people are different. A while ago, she was telling us there was a DNA test taken to determine which medications would work on her and which ones wouldn't. We constantly hear how the DNA test, our history is in it, the DNA test, what works for weight loss is in it. You're hearing a DNA test will tell you which medications work for you. And what I want to get to is all people learn differently. Cheryl will tell us people learn differently. Some people learn best by reading, like myself. Some people learn best by visual helps, visual aids. And so look how unique we are. If we don't know that all people are different and learn differently, we will put them in one box and look to actually destroy the people who don't learn like somebody else. And so where is that? How did you come across knowing that people learn in different ways? Cheryl, tell us that one more time. I'm saying this for the people who will listen. This will help them with their children, their grandchildren, and even themselves. Go ahead.
I had to sit myself down and decided that I don't know, I love to read, but if it's not interesting, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And since I am a hands-on, since I realize that I do a lot with my hands, I like to do it while I'm learning. So I'm a hands-on
Mhm.
visual. I'm a, a little bit of a all. I can read. I will read.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like to read, but I will read. Um, but I have to use my hands
Right.
while I'm using it. So
Okay.
when somebody is if somebody is teaching me, I got to show me as you show me, you doing it, I got to do it. And I got to do it like 3 or 4 times for me to do it. I had to write, I even noticed that if I want to remember a date, I had to write it 3 times
Okay.
before it get into my brain.
Right.
And then I love something short and easy. Give me something short and easy. It can get into my thing easy. It's the key word,
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay.
And
Wow.
then I realized that when I was working with kids in the school district, it's not that they not, they don't understand. It's the way.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a barrier of a language disability. It could be all kinds of things.
Right.
So I started brightening up colors. You notice I got bright colors because
Yes.
certain colors can brighten up. It's warm. It's coloring and everything else. So it's easy for me to understand it. But if you don't, because to me, school is like jail. It's dark. It's roomy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The bell is like you got to go this way, this way. No, you know what I'm saying? If you change that little arrangement, you
Yes.
changing the child atmosphere and wants to learn.
Yes. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for that. Let me ask you in the chat, do you know the way that you learn best? This, what Cheryl just described, helped me so much. I can listen to a lecture. I can listen to that, but I'm going to have to be writing at the same time. And
Right.
so if you ever come across one of the books I read, you're going to see some underlining, some circles, some squares, some my name written on there, dates written on there. It's going to be written up. I didn't know I'm drilling in, I'm taking in with my ears, but my hands have to be busy at the same time. I'm taking notes, all kind of stuff is going on. And I didn't know that's what I need to learn best. You need to discover how you learn best if you deal with
Mhm.
children or deal with other people learning. Before you start teaching people, you really need to come across how people learn best, and then you won't be so hard on people. You'll understand different things that they do. When cell phones first became quite popular, I was so offended. How dare you be listening to me and looking at your cell phone at the same time? And I didn't know because we'd ask questions later, and some of those people and teens who looked like they were goofing around, they came with the information. Because all while I'm talking, some of them were Googling, they come up with definitions that they're putting into it. I'm like, okay, everybody's allowed to use your cell phone. I was wrong. Okay.
Mhm.
So Chantilly, can you give us anything? I want to discuss how Cheryl is doing the workshops that she does using all these different facets that she just mentioned.
Yeah, I was listening to what you said and what Pastor Bernadette was saying, like how you have how doing something with your hands, you basically using creativity, helps you learn, helps you accept the information that you're getting. And I do best too when I'm writing, when I'm listening, and it made
Right.
me remember a one episode of Judge Mathis when he was saying I think somebody was putting one of their kids down or something, and he was
Wow.
saying that you have to learn how they learn and help them because people thought he was bad in school, but he learned while he was still in school that he had to like read a magazine while the teacher was teaching because that helped him listen better for some reason. So he learned that for himself.
Hmm.
And when we're in school, we're basically taught um, this is the way that you learn. If you don't learn this way, something is wrong with you.
That's right. Hmm.
And so I wanted Minister Cheryl to go in deeper into how she helps people understand, especially young girls, understand the way that they learn in her workshops.
Okay, Cheryl, take us into what you do in the workshops and how you bring this all together. Thank you.
So, in one of my workshops is called Embrace You,
Hmm.
and I will work with children from 8 to 24, and I go first timers, special needs kids,
Okay.
and autism, because they need repetition,
Okay.
constant time, and they don't have, or the caregiver or whatever that look like sometimes doesn't break it down easy. So when it comes to the mental cycle, you say, oh, it's your cycle coming on. Here's a pad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some people just say, all right, I know where to, but what's the steps? Like how? So I break down all those, step one and a half, one, and then one big. Like I go step by step and teach them how to take care of your body, what to look
Okay.
for, saying what your body is going to feel like, because each body is different, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I always use me as an example. I have headaches. You might not have headaches. You might have a toothache, or you might be craving something. So those are the little things. And now YouTube have like little shorts, because
Okay.
now they all about, I got to do it within 30 seconds or I'm going to lose them. So I try to do them a little bit, and then there goes the hand. All right, here it is. Here's the tools. What do you do? Show me. And then I stop and was like, why did you do that? I don't criticize them. I just say, why do you do that? Why do you take this one and not that? You
Okay.
know, and then as we discuss it, I do it like one by one. So now you got my full attention, and now you can have that conversation that nobody, you don't want everybody to know,
Right.
and then at the end of the 5 weeks course that I do, you get a certificate, what I'm saying, and a kit. And it reminds me of one of the young ladies that I had. She was blind, but she couldn't understand how to track it. So we came up with like, what do how do you do it now? Like I had to get all that information, and I built her a nice bracelet. So each um, bead, she can feel like which is which. And then she knew, you know, what it is and how it is. Because each bead she can feel the texture of it. So she know how to count and track her cycle. So
Okay.
I'm learning
Wow.
too, I'm learning as y'all learning, because different problems coming in, and we just brainstorm. So
Okay.
I like that too.
Okay. Wonderful. Cheryl, are you doing these workshops regional? They need to be close to you, or are you doing any of them online?
I can do both now. Somebody just was asking me that. I had a meeting yesterday, and somebody just asked me that. So I decided, we can do it virtual, but it's just
Okay.
I'm just gonna shorten it so that way they won't be bored or anything else. Regional, so far I did it in uh Boston,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Phoenix,
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia, Delaware, and I'm getting ready to do Chester, PA, and Maryland. Hopefully I got a contract for Maryland.
Wonderful. We are aware that Cheryl has an event coming up on tomorrow where we will get to see us. I'm saying we will get to see where some of these things will be put into practice, and we are rooting for you. We cannot wait till the event is over so we can hear how well it did. I'm telling you, knowing Cheryl and her children, these 20 years, I am extremely proud of Cheryl. When you see somebody that's come up, come out, come over and into what God has for them, even though she's just beginning, I could not be more proud of Cheryl and how far she's come. So do me a favor and clap for Cheryl real quick, everybody. All right. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Chantilly, before I go on, do you have a question? Go ahead.
Um, what exactly are you going to be talking about during your workshop tomorrow?
Oh, so the name of the workshop is Push, and I'm going to give you the tools to push until something happens.
Push until something happens. So push is an acronym. Every one of those letters means something. How exciting is that? Now, the event is it's going to be located where?
In Claremont, Delaware, and
Claremont, Delaware.
Yes, and it's going to be at the Claremont Community Center,
Mm-hmm.
and I will have vendors. So I'm going to feed you your stomach. I'm going to feed your mind, and I'm going
Yeah.
to feed your soul. So
Oh my.
if you want to come, it's from 11 to 2.
Mm. Wonderful, wonderful. They are rooting for you in the chat. So, Cheryl, give us a couple of testimonials. First, give us testimonials of people that have been helped and inspired by your book.
Mm. I have to say, hmm, this young lady, before I would put it on in a book, I used the um, exercises. So you have exercises in the book,
Mm-hmm.
and this one girl, she could not read at all. She just like
Mm.
they told me I just can't read. And I was like, "What you mean you can't read?"
Okay.
And she said, "Everybody can read." And she's like, "They said." I said, "I don't care what they say." So
Okay.
I said, "Well, what do you like to read?" She said, "Comments." I said, "All right, bring all the comments that you want, and we can go from there." And
Mm.
if I didn't take that time with her,
Mm-hmm.
by the time, and she was on in the fourth or fifth grade level in the ninth grade. While by the time she got into the 11th grade, because we had to stop due to COVID, she was in the ninth grade reading level.
Mm-hmm.
But if I didn't take that time and use the skills, and she was like, "I'm pregnant. I don't care what you're doing.
Right.
Start loving yourself. That's just a part of you."
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But before you was a mother, before you was a sister, you was you.
Right.
And I started using my godmom used to do this to me. Cheryl means charming, helpful, eager, respectful young lady.
Oh, wow.
And then when I started realizing what she was doing, I'm like, okay, you're using positivity for each. And now I have to walk into it because again, this little pink thing is, saying they play, is bad or good. So I
Mhm.
had to start using my mouth until I started believing it.
Okay.
So I had to change it. And then I had to find out who is Cheryl. So I had to, say
Mhm.
the meaning of Cheryl. And then I realized it's beholded and beloved.
Right.
Wow, that's part of me.
Yes.
Saying my character is part of my name.
Yes.
Saying? So if you don't like your name, change it. God did it to many other people in the book, but that's another story.
It's in the book. It's so good. So your own research and then your intentional reprogramming of yourself. How awesome is that? We're going to be ending this. It seems like we just started speaking. We're going to be ending it in a little while. And as we said, we're going to make available to you the ways to contact Cheryl. Cheryl, people sometimes buy your books not as one, but because it's inspiring and it has a workbook with it. You have bulk orders of books at times. Is that true?
Yes, oh, God been blessing me. Um, the first 15, 20, I just started giving people. And
Uh-huh.
one that I gave for free, she
Mm-hmm.
read it and she decided to give it to a clinician for her children. She do children and family therapist, and
Okay.
she put that by my story in the workbook and the journal. It would be a good thing to instead of them writing in a journal. Now they will do it on their own pace. It's
Oh, wow.
already like a workbook in one, she said. So she,
Okay.
so it was in Mississippi, and I think it's Lower Mississippi that it went through. And
Okay.
then, my second order, it came from like, California. I don't know who's in California, but I don't know how that was the connection. And they did 75.
You see that? I was telling someone the other day that when there started being so many digital books and digital things, and now with AI, people were saying people are going to stop ordering books. It's going to be a thing of the past. I don't believe that could ever happen. I just really don't. And so I applaud that when you felt it was time to put your story on paper as a part of your own therapy of what you've come through, that it has gone ahead and been a blessing to other people. And you were so ready to do it, you did it and actually invested that money into getting your book done. And God is making sure that you get back all of that and some. Could you also tell us, Cheryl, a couple testimonials from workshops? Okay.
Okay, because everything stems from me, you know, saying what I did everything in the workbook. I did the work, and I started when I was working at South Philly High School. I started a program with just empowering the young kids. I found out they was in a lot of abusive relationships. Um, they had STIs and they just didn't know, you know, saying like, and I'm like, this is, I gotta fix it, you know, what I'm saying.
Okay.
So we did a day of women empowerment, you know, and I brought in um, principals and uh, anybody that I think that they need nurses and everything else. So now they can see themselves in them, you know, what I'm
Okay.
saying. So, and then let's talk, you know what I'm saying? Since it's like, you know, each class, it was like 90 minutes or so. Every
Mhm.
time that the bell ring, you go to another person, and that's how we did it. And then on the flip side, and I knew that a lot of people wants to know about student government, but they would thought that they couldn't do it because they like, I'm not a leader. And I'm like, you are a leader. We are, you know, in different ways. So you
Okay.
just had to get, you know, you just had to get the principle, you know, of how to do it. But, you know,
Okay.
leader is in everything, in everybody. We just got to, it's a doormat. You just got to waking it up. So I
Okay.
also do that too.
Okay. Wonderful. This has been so good. We're going to be winding this up. We want to update you. We don't know what part you came into this on. It's been absolutely outstanding. Number one, I can attest to it because I've seen him with my own two eyes. Cheryl has attracted a wonderful man into her life that is Brother Aaron. And we got an opportunity to meet him, and we thank God for that. Number two, Cheryl said she is free of the debilitating headaches that she was passing out, if you heard that part of it. Number two, how is the eczema going today since you're using natural oils and butters that you have created? Plus, knowing how to eat. Cheryl is always telling me she's on a fast, sometimes for extended periods of time. So I know she's careful with what she eats and when she eats. But how is the eczema going?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I had not had a breakout in since 2021. I mean,
I can
2020
see
when
that.
we had that shot. Yep.
Wow. Somebody who has experienced trouble with eczema as far back as she can remember and has not had a breakout in 4 years. People who have experienced eczema or know people, that's good right there. Okay. Wonderful updates. Is there a plan for a second book?
Yes. So right now I'm working on Moments to Mom Volume 4. Is a bunch of young ladies got together and we're doing chapters of books. It's going to be like a devotion kind of thing.
Okay.
And now I got some feedback from this book, from my book, Embrace Me, the Real Me, and they want
Uh-huh.
to know after you find yourself, what's next? So
Yes.
I'm working on that, you know, to
Wonderful.
be like a work.
Wonderful. When you have a book that is your story and you're still living, I always think there has to be a second too because you're still here, right? So there's going to be more life left after that. I want to say this has been a wonderful section. When we see this afterward, because when you're right in the middle of a show, you can imagine how God is using it and what God is doing. but there are certain parts I already know for a fact people are going to go back to, right? And so, Cheryl, we want to thank you for first being in our lives, giving us the opportunity to know your children and now grandchildren. Wonderful. Praise God. Cheryl is a minister at our church, New Covenant, and we thank God for her. We thank God for all of the work that she has put her hands to the plow to do. I don't know if you heard that she has been allowed to work with people that need to be adopted, people in the foster care system. She has worked with people who are young people who are drug addicted and all different types of traumatic situations in the home life. And so I look at all the situations that she's been through. God has allowed her to be a blessing to other people. She can tell them you can make it. She can tell them this is not the end of your story. This is just a part of it. And you'll be able to flip this script, and then you'll be able to help somebody else too. Cheryl, give us a final word before you go. Sister Chantilly, a final word, and then we're going to call it a day and make available to everybody all the ways to contact Cheryl on her social media platforms. All right. Cheryl, you can give us your final word.
Embrace yourself, embrace the process, and
Wonderful.
love y'all.
Great. All right, Chantilly.
I wanted to ask Minister Cheryl, what if she could tell somebody one way to start embracing themselves? What would be the main way to do that?
Date yourself, know yourself. So
Know yourself.
know
Okay.
yourself, date yourself, and start putting positive words in yourself. Start with you.
What if a person says, I don't have a clue where to start to know me? What would they do if they're a teenager?
Start saying that I love yourself from the
Mhm.
head to the toe. I love my hair. I love my eyes. I love my nose. What do you like about yourself? And if you had
Yes,
to, if you just like your ear, you just keep on saying, I love these ears. Oh,
I
yeah,
know
these
that's
are
right.
beautiful. Oh, yeah, look at this curve. You take one little thing and you use it until you can't use it again, until the wheel fall off. And then when you start doing that, find something else. Or
That is
and
good.
everything else.
Mhm. That's good. So you're saying love your whole self, love your entire self, right?
Yep,
And this will take care of any parts of you that you've seen negative or that other people pick on and put you down about. Probably give that part some extra attention.
yep.
I was thinking,
And,
even
and laugh a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
that's
If
it, lighten up.
that,
Mhm.
if they say something, you know what? You right. It's funny. Laugh. Because
Okay.
if you cry, if you sad, you that's so much um depression. But when you
Okay.
laugh, you killing calories, your health is get better, you much lighter. So yeah, laugh about yourself a little bit.
Hmm.
That's what I want you to do. I want y'all to laugh at least two minutes a day. Just laugh about yourself.
Okay. Can you laugh until you just busting out?
Do it. Way how I don't care how you do it. Just laugh about yourself. You know,
Okay. Go all the way in.
go all the way in.
Thank you so much for that. This has been a blessing. We really appreciate it. Let us say to you in the chat, thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. Thank you for all your wonderful comments. They were keeping up, Cheryl, with your life and all these great things. We're
Thank
going to say for now, everybody, we look forward to having our next great interview. We got so many that are coming up and great things scheduled, so we'll have to let you know. You stay tuned to this channel. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, please. There's always outstanding things. If you have someone that you want to say, you all might want to think about this person, and I'm recommending them to you for an interview, please let us know. All right. We're saying goodbye for now. God bless you and have an outstanding evening. We love you, everybody. All right. Mhm. Mhm. Oh,